All right, guys. I'm headed to the dealership. My registration came in, and I have my tags. In New Jersey, we have to display license plates on the front and rear of our car. And a lot of people say, I'm not going to put license plate on the front of my Corvette. It's going to mess it up, mess up the appearance and deprive it of air and all that. And I tried that for about maybe 6 months, and I got tired every time I saw a police officer praying that he doesn't pull me over. And I've had officers wave me through, and they looked at my car and gave me a thumbs up. But it's always that one police officer that I don't know, maybe he didn't write enough tickets for the day, and he might also own a Mustang. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the tag put on the front of my car. Also, my car exceeded the 500-mile break-in mark, and I normally drive my Corvette. It's my neighbor. I normally drive my Corvette in the manual mode, but I don't do that until I break it in at 500. And I don't really get down on my Corvette until the 1,500-mile break-in for the track. So I'm gonna be quiet and just let you hear this beautiful engine. And hear me shift. And I try to shift just above 2,000 RPM. Nothing crazy, nothing aggressive. Somebody waving at me. And I have the amplified orange Corvette C8. My other C8 was Sebring orange. And it's one thing about that color, it's hard to hide from anyone. I guess the same thing with the amplified yellow. Those colors seem to stick out. The temperature's 40 degrees, and I try not to drive any of my Corvettes when it's lower than 40 degrees. I had a 2013 Grand Sport, and I remember I went out one day, like 35, 32. That's when it was dry, and I wanted to drive it. And I was coming across an intersection, and I saw the car. It was a pretty good distance. But as I was going through the intersection, I noticed the guy speeded up. And he was in a Mustang, he playing around. And I gunned it to get out the way. I just lost the rear end. I slid all the way across the street. Thank God I didn't hit another car or the curb. But that showed me not to drive these vehicles with these summer tires. And back then, they didn't have Michelin. I believe they had the Firestone Gatorbacks, So I try not to drive when the temperature is below 40 degrees. Let's listen to these shifts. I like to keep around 1,500 in town. And the main reason why I drive in manual, I don't have any confidence in that active fuel management. I had it on, I believe, my C6, C7, and my C8. I also had a 2018 Suburban, and it had the same thing. I don't know. I'm not comfortable with that, and I think it might cause some damage. They said it doesn't. I don't know. I just prefer driving in manual. And when you do that, your active fuel management will not come on. I learned that when I was at Ron Fellow's Corvette driving school in Las Vegas. They gave us that information. And most of the guys, people that I know that attended that course, they took the same attitude that I did. They drive in manual. Plus, most guys like myself who've been driving Corvettes for a while, we prefer manual. But as they say, you cannot shift this car as fast as this automatic transmission, and that's a known fact with this dual clutch. I also think that anyone that owns a Corvette, if you don't go to Las Vegas and go through that course, I understand there are other courses, but the only one I know of was the Ron Fellow's Corvette driving school. I'm going again next year. The dealership where I buy my Corvettes, they send me every time I change models. So this will be my third time attending. And I always make like a week of it. I have two timeshares, so I always use one of my timeshares to stay at a resort for 8 days. I rent a Jeep. You're only like a couple hours from Las Vegas. Las Vegas is only a couple hours from LA. So near the Grand Canyon, Hoover Dam. There's a lot to see out there. You can spend about 5 or 6 hours. If you don't mind driving, and I love driving. I don't know, I've always been that way. I've driven across our country a couple of times. I guess being in the military, if you didn't like driving, you had a hard time going to your new assignment. Most military guys, we drive. But I drive my Corvette in the wintertime. Like I said, the roads have to be clear. It's not inclement weather. And when every now and then you see the temperature will get up to 40, 45. Let's take it out. I don't let my Corvette just sit. Now, if the weather's real bad for a couple of days, I look at the weather forecast. I put my battery tender onto it. I hook it up to the battery tender. Because with the 2023, you don't want to not get in your car. They took that lock from that's in the back of the license plate. They don't have that anymore. So that is a concern. How are you going to get in your car? You know, you can use the key for the side door, what have you, for the actual door. But like I say, better safe to be sorry. I put the battery tender on it if I don't drive it a couple of weeks. Sometimes the weather's just crazy. But we've been blessed with some good weather. I call it Corvette weather. Believe it or not, your car prefers cold weather than hot weather. She runs better when she's cold than when she's hot. I think we function about the same way. When I was in the military, look at that. Everybody see this car, they wave at you, they holler at you. Everybody love Corvettes. Hope you guys saw that kid hanging up the window. And his dad was driving a Maybach. And he hollered at me. This car, you can buy 3 of my cars for this car. Oh no, not anymore. I'm sorry, I'm gonna correct myself. I'm going back to my C6 days, C5 days. I might better get 2 Corvettes for a Maybach. I used to work for a limousine company. I was a general manager in National Director of Sales. And the guy that owned it, David Seelinger, invited me to come to New York and interview me for a job. And he wanted to impress me and he had me sit in one of his Maybachs. They're an international company, and probably the largest in the world. I've been in the car industry for quite some time. Ended up owning my own company, but I had to walk away from it when my wife died in 2009. I was left with a 6-year-old to take care of. And after he left the house, I decided that, hey, I don't need to work anymore. Hope you guys hear that. Get a pop too. She will pop. I'm at the wash my car. See this salt on the road. It snowed the other day. Not that much, but they put this stuff down mainly for ice. And you can see it. I don't let it stay on my car that long. But I see that next week, the temperature will be in the 50s. So I'll bring her out. A little water on her. When I turn into the dealership, I'm going to switch over to my GoPro. And when I get back home, I'll splice everything together. Here we go. Burlington Chevrolet. I paid for a lot of their salaries. Good dealership. The people there are good people, and the service department is excellent. I lost my old service manager, Ed. He left, but I've been buying cars for you guys for quite some time. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off, guys. Take care. I'll be back in a minute. All right, let's have a conversation. I just came back from the dealership. I got my front and rear license plates put on my car. Some people say that, you know, you shouldn't put front license plate on the Corvette. And like I said, I tried it one time, but every time I came by a state trooper or a local police officer, I began to get undulation. And so I guess I'm a coward. I don't have the heart to do so. But I decided to go ahead and do the mods on the interior of my my C8. Trying to let the top down. Give me a second. I might have done something wrong. Maybe I gotta lock it. I thought you had to unlock it to do this. Guess I'm wrong. I'm gonna unlock it. Then I'll hold the remote down. There we go. And I decided to put the top back because it'd be easier for me to show you guys what it is I'm going to do. And it'd be also easier to work on the inside of the car because you have a lot more room. All right, let me show you what I'm going to do here. Let's go around on the driver's side, and I'm gonna show you what I'm going to cover. And what I have is the carbon fiber overlays. And this part right here, all of this is going to be covered, just where the leather's at, with a carbon fiber, excuse me. And the mode selector is going to be covered. And also where you see the silver here, that's going to be covered. And the same thing on the passenger side, that silver portion where you see the window button to operate the window. Also, what I purchased is carbon fiber to cover this also. And last but not least, they also constructing me a carbon fiber steering wheel. That's all I'm going to do to the interior. I started to do the waterfall over here, but I don't know. I don't want to just overdo it. So I'm just going to leave it like that. So what you see when you get in my car, you see here and those items there with carbon fiber. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording and go in and get some alcohol and wipe everything down. And then I'm going to do the overlay, and I'll come back and show you guys how the finished product look. Take care. All right, guys, I'm back. I did not install everything. I think it's a little bit too cold, but the small pieces did adhere to the metal. I'm going to have to wait till it get a little warmer to install the larger pieces. But I started to get in and show you guys, but my car's been sitting here for a while, and it's nothing like a cold start. That's what I like about the 2023. You can start it and you can also turn it off. Just wanted to try it. But let me show you what I've already done. There's a couple of small pieces that I've done, and that is the mode selector and also the carbon fiber overlay for the transmission selectors. You can see over there, that is the what is that? The lock, right? The lock and unlock switch. I installed an overlay on that and on this one here. And I noticed that the overlay goes on a lot easier on the metallic finish. That's the metal part. But this part right here, I guess it was a little bit too cold for it to adhere to that. So I'm gonna try to wait until it gets a little warmer and try to do another application. Let's get inside and bring the top up. Let me let you guys see what that looked like. Oh boy, you gotta be in very good shape to get in and out of a Corvette. Trust me, it's always been that way. But even though I'm 6'5", but I've always been somewhat limber. You know, being a martial artist, we stretch every day and we learn to manipulate our body. All right, let's start her up.
There you are.
Right. Let you look at this top. Come on. Enjoy. You see the back window. That also functions as a windbreak when you have the top back, and you can also bring it all the way up. All right, guys, that's all I'm gonna be able to show you today. But this looks nice. It looks real nice, and this is leather, but I guess it's so small it was able to adhere to it. And I had to use an air blower to warm up the surface where it's going to go on. And I also took the air blower and the hot air blower and put it on the adhesive that comes with it also. So that's it. So let me put this beautiful automobile back into the garage, and I'll talk with you guys later on. And you always remember, If you're driving a Corvette, you're doing better than the average person.